All right, let's jump right in today. We're diving into a script all about side hustles, especially for those of us who are, well, kind of busy already.
Sounds pretty familiar, right?
Definitely. I mean, the title itself, Side Hustles for Busy Professionals. How to build extra income without quitting your day job. It's like they're reading our minds.
Exactly. It's for anyone who's juggling a 9 to 5, but still dreaming of, I don't know, maybe more financial freedom or exploring a passion project or even, just that sense of control that comes with having multiple income streams.
Yeah, that security blanket of knowing you've got options. But okay, let's get real. How do we actually make these side hustles work when we're already stretched thin?
Well, the script we're diving into today actually breaks down some pretty awesome side hustle ideas specifically designed for busy professionals. And what's really cool is they also dive into the whole time management piece, which is honestly like half the battle, right?
Absolutely. Time is precious. So before we get lost in the logistics of it all, let's talk about why side hustles are even a thing. Like, what's driving this whole movement?
It's more than just a trend, that's for sure. Side hustles have become a way for people to, take charge of their finances. It's about diversifying income, having more control, and even tapping into those dreams you might have put on hold because of, well, life.
It's like the whole gig economy thing, right? People are
Yeah,
realizing they don't have to be tied to just one job.
exactly. And it's not just about the money either. It can be super empowering to build something of your own,
Yeah.
even if it's just on the side. So, with that in mind, let's unpack some of these side hustle options. Where should we start?
Well, the script starts off with a classic. Freelancing. It's been around forever, but it's still going strong for a reason.
It's the OG side hustle.
Huh.
And there's so much flexibility. You set your hours, choose your projects, and if you're strategic about it, you can leverage your existing skills to command some pretty decent rates.
It's not about starting from scratch. It's about packaging what you already know into a service people are willing to pay for. Like that example they gave about IT professionals offering cybersecurity consulting.
Right. It's about finding that intersection between your expertise and what the market actually needs. But okay, let's move on to something that might appeal to our more organizationally inclined listeners. Have you ever thought about becoming a virtual assistant or VA?
Oh yeah, the VA life. Yeah. I've heard it's all about flexibility and having a relatively low barrier to entry.
Totally. VAs handle a ton of different tasks, scheduling, email management, social media, you name it. It's a great fit for someone who's, well, already used to juggling a lot and staying organized.
And I love that it's scalable, right? You could start with just a few clients, and then as you get more efficient, boom, maybe you're building your own VA brand and taking on bigger projects.
You got it. Okay, now for something that really taps into that passion piece. If you're someone who loves to share knowledge, maybe you've even got that teacher gene in you, think about online tutoring or teaching.
I'm sensing a theme here. It's all about using what you already know to create a side hustle. There are probably people listening right now who are sitting on expertise they haven't even thought of monetizing, whether it's math, languages, coding, music. The options are endless.
You're absolutely right. And the beauty is the demand for online learning has just exploded. And platforms like VIP Kid and Teachable are making it easier than ever to connect with students from all over the world.
And you know what? It's not just about the core subjects. There are people making bank tutoring for standardized tests, helping with college applications, even teaching niche skills. Plus, there's that feel-good factor of seeing your students succeed.
It's a win-win. Okay, ready for a shift in gears? Let's talk e-commerce.
Oh, yeah. Etsy, Amazon, eBay, it's like a whole world of possibilities for creative entrepreneurs. I'm thinking custom t-shirts, handmade jewelry, maybe even finding vintage treasures and giving them a second life.
The script specifically highlights a really interesting e-commerce model, drop shipping. It's a way to sell online without actually dealing with inventory.
Wait, so you're telling me I wouldn't have to pack and ship boxes from my living room? Sign me up.
Exactly. You partner with a supplier who handles all of that. Your focus is on finding the right products, marketing them, and making those sales. Of course, you've got to do your research to find those winning products and make sure there's a profit margin. But it eliminates a lot of the headaches.
I can already see some wheels turning out there. But okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the time crunch. I'm pretty sure everyone listening is thinking, that's great, but how do I squeeze one more thing into my already packed schedule?
I know, right? We're all busy. But here's the thing. This script has some really practical time management strategies, specifically for busy professionals.
Lay it on me, I'm all ears.
First things first, boundaries are key. It's not just about saying no, it's about being deliberate with your time. So maybe that means dedicating an hour during your lunch break or carving out a couple of hours on the weekend.
But what about when life throws those curveballs? Work emergencies, family commitments, things pop up.
You're right, things happen. And that's where prioritization comes in. The script talks about saying no strategically, just for now, so you can focus on what matters most. Maybe that means skipping a few social events or delegating tasks, just while you're getting your side hustle off the ground.
It's about making those conscious choices and sticking to them. But with everything else going on, how do you even stay organized? I'm drowning in to-do lists as it is.
Ah, the eternal struggle. Well, that's where technology can be your best friend. The script suggests using project management tools like Trello or Asana. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I like the sound of that. But even with the best planning and tech in the world, sometimes that motivation just dips. How do you keep that fire burning and prevent burnout?
2 words, realistic goals. Don't try to do everything at once. Break down those big, audacious goals into smaller, manageable steps. Maybe you aim for one specific task per day or dedicate a set number of hours per week.
So it's about creating those small wins, that sense of progress to keep the momentum going.
Exactly. And don't forget to celebrate those wins. Landing a new client, making a sale, hitting a milestone. Acknowledge your hard work and let that fuel your fire.
I think that's so important to stay positive and enjoy the process, right?
Totally. Building a successful side hustle is a marathon, not a sprint. But hold on, we've only just scratched the surface here. There's so much more to explore when it comes to turning that side hustle dream into a reality. It's like we're piecing together a puzzle here, all these different side hustles, the time management strategies, the whole mindset thing. But there's one piece we haven't really talked about yet.
Oh, which piece is that?
Finding that perfect side hustle match.
Ah, so it's not just about picking something at random and hoping for the best.
Exactly. The script really emphasizes the importance of finding a side hustle that aligns with you, who you are, what you're good at.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Alignment with what exactly?
Your existing knowledge, your passions, your network. It's about looking at all those pieces and figuring out what kind of side hustle would fit right in.
So less about chasing the latest trend and more about, I guess really understanding your strengths and what genuinely excites you.
You got it. Think about it this way. Let's say you're amazing at marketing and love all things social media.
Okay, I'm following you.
You could totally offer freelance social media management, right? Or maybe even create an online course teaching others how to grow their online presence.
See, that makes sense. Or what about someone who's a graphic design whiz? Loves creating cool visuals. They could design and sell merch through Etsy or even offer their services to businesses that need, like, a whole brand makeover.
See, you're getting it. And don't forget about your network, your colleagues, friends, family. They could be your first clients or help spread the word about your new venture.
It's like having a built-in support system and a pool of potential customers right from the start.
So you're saying it's all about connecting the dots. Exactly. Your skills, your relationships, your passions, it's all connected. But okay, let's say you found that perfect side hustle match. You're feeling motivated. You've even carved out some time in your busy schedule. Now what?
Yeah, that's the big question. How do you actually get started? Where do you find those first clients?
That's where a little marketing and outreach come in. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be super complicated or expensive, especially when you're first starting out.
Simple is good. Keep it coming.
One of the best things you can do is leverage your online presence. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date, highlights your skills, maybe even create a website or a landing page.
So it's about positioning yourself as an expert and letting people know what you offer.
Exactly. Oh, and never underestimate the power of word-of-mouth marketing. Tell everyone you know about your side hustle friends, family, colleagues. You never know who might need your services or know someone who does.
You're so right. Sometimes those opportunities come from the most unexpected places. It's all about putting yourself out there. But what about once you start landing clients?
Then it's all about delivering amazing service and building those relationships. Positive reviews and testimonials, that's gold when it comes to attracting new business.
It's about building trust, right?
100%. People are more likely to hire someone they know, like, and trust. And as your side hustle grows, don't be afraid to experiment with some basic marketing tools, like social media ads, maybe some email marketing, even collaborating with other entrepreneurs.
So start simple, but be ready to level up as you gain traction.
Exactly. Building a successful side hustle is a journey. It's about consistency, being open to learning, and making those connections. But hey, let's talk about the money for a second. Managing your side hustle income is just as important as, actually landing those clients.
You're talking about the nitty-gritty stuff. Taxes, invoices, expenses, not always the most fun part, but definitely necessary.
Right. The script doesn't go into a ton of detail, but it does emphasize treating your side hustle like a business.
So no more stuffing cash under the mattress. Got it.
Definitely not. Set up a separate bank account for your side hustle income. Track those expenses religiously, and maybe even think about using accounting software. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of headaches down the road.
And taxes. Don't forget about taxes. It's important to understand how your side hustle income will affect your tax situation.
You got it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to talk to a tax professional. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Side hustle ideas, marketing, managing finances, but there's one more biggie we can't ignore.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what's coming.
Burnout.
Okay.
It's real, especially when you're juggling multiple responsibilities.
The script definitely touches on this. But let's get practical here. What are some actual strategies to prevent burnout?
First and foremost, listen to your body. If you're feeling exhausted, stressed, overwhelmed, take a break. Disconnect and recharge.
Easier said than done, right?
It.
Especially when you're feeling that pressure to hustle.
I know. But remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is essential. It's not selfish, it's strategic.
So what are some things busy professionals can actually do? Give us the actionable tips.
Honestly, it can be as simple as getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, making time for exercise.
The basics. But they're so important.
They really are the foundation. And don't underestimate things like mindfulness and relaxation techniques, meditation, yoga, even just spending time in nature. These can do wonders for stress.
It's about finding those little moments of peace and rejuvenation in the midst of the chaos.
You said it. And remember, self-care is a journey, not a destination. It's about those small, consistent choices that add up over time.
This is all making me think about another important piece of the puzzle mindset. Like, even with the best strategies in place, if you don't have the right mindset, things can fall apart pretty quickly.
Mindset. I like where you're going with this. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's like you can have all the tools and strategies, but if you don't have that inner belief, it's easy to, get discouraged and give up.
You're so right. The script kind of touches on this subtly. It's not like they have a whole section on mindset, but it's woven throughout, especially when they talk about overcoming challenges and staying motivated.
It's like that resilience, that inner strength to keep going even when things get tough.
Exactly. It's about seeing those setbacks as learning opportunities, not roadblocks, and celebrating those small wins to keep that momentum going.
It reminds me of that whole growth mindset idea, where challenges are seen as a chance to learn and grow.
Yes. That's so important for entrepreneurs, whether it's a full-time thing or just a side hustle, because let's be real, it's not always going to be easy.
Well, I know that firsthand. There are definitely those moments of doubt, that inner critic starts whispering in your ear.
And that's when mindset really comes into play. It's about silencing that critic, replacing those negative thoughts with belief in yourself.
So instead of, I can't do this, it's more like, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm capable of achieving my goals.
Yes. And you know what else helps? Surrounding yourself with a supportive community, people who get your vision and cheer you on.
Like a mastermind group or a mentor, or even just a friend who's on their own entrepreneurial journey.
Exactly. Having that support system makes such a difference. It reminds you that you're not alone in this. And you know what? Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Oh, that's a good one. Sometimes we get so caught up in the hustle mentality that we forget to, delegate or outsource.
It's true. We try to do it all. And that's a recipe for burnout, which brings us back to self-care. It's not just about bubble baths and face masks.
Yeah, self-care is about setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being, and making sure you're showing up as your best self.
Exactly. It's all connected. Mindset, self-care, the strategies we've talked about, it's all part of building a sustainable and fulfilling side hustle.
This has been such a great conversation. I feel like we've covered so much ground today.
We have. From finding the right side hustle idea to managing your time and finances to even those all-important mindset shifts.
I hope our listeners are feeling inspired and ready to take action.
Me too. Remember, it's not just about the extra income. It's about creating more freedom, flexibility, and pursuing those passions.
It's about designing a life you love. So what are you waiting for? Take that leap, embrace the journey, and never stop believing in yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep hustling, keep learning, and keep chasing those dreams.
And remember, we're here to cheer you on every step of the way.